Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into something really cool and super specific, a detailed personality profile. We're going to figure out what makes you tick, all based on the day you were born.
So, let's get right to it. Were you born on January 23rd? If the answer is yes, then you've got a really unique cosmic and numeric blueprint. We're about to break down exactly what that means, how it shapes your personality, your relationships, and yeah, even your career path.
Okay, so here it is. The core identity for anyone born on this day is the freedom-driven innovator. I mean, that name just says it all, right? It perfectly nails the two biggest forces in your life. This incredible need for personal freedom and a mind that just doesn't stop coming up with new ideas.
So, you might be wondering, how did we land on that profile? Well, it all starts with your cosmic and numeric code. Let's dig into the two key building blocks of your personality, shall we? We're talking about your ruling planet and your birth number.
First up, your ruling planet. As an Aquarius, you're ruled by Uranus. Now, Uranus is kind of like the wild card of the solar system. It's all about rebellion, sudden flashes of genius, and anything and everything unconventional. This is exactly where you get that forward-thinking mindset and that deep, non-negotiable need for freedom. And what's so cool is how perfectly your numerology lines up with your astrology. See, your birthday is the 23rd. You add those two numbers together, 2 plus 3, and you get 5. And guess what the number 5 represents in numerology? Freedom, change, adventure, versatility. It's the energy of someone who has to learn by doing, someone who just craves new experiences. See the pattern here?
And this is where the real magic happens, where you see the synergy. You've got the air element from Aquarius, which gives you this incredible mental quickness and a real talent for communication. Then you've got the number 5 pushing you to go out and find new experiences that, you guessed it, feed that intellect. It's this perfect loop of thinking and then doing.
So you put it all together and bam, this powerful combination is, well, it's everything. You have the super smart, future-focused energy of Aquarius, and it gets supercharged by that adventurous, gotta-be-free vibe of the number 5. And together, they create the blueprint for the freedom-driven innovator.
All right, so now that we've got the code, let's see how it actually builds your personality. And here's the thing about being such a dynamic person. You're a walking paradox. Your greatest strengths are, you'll see, directly tied to your biggest challenges.
Let's start with the good stuff, because there's a lot of it. You are a super quick, original thinker. I mean, always curious, your mind is just brimming with new ideas. You're fiercely independent, for sure, but you're also really friendly and sociable. And you've got this humanitarian streak. You genuinely care about fairness and want to make the world a better place.
Okay, but here's the flip side of that coin. That brilliant, fast-moving mind, yep, it gets restless. You get bored with routine, like really easily. That independence can sometimes come across as being emotionally detached. And your love for shiny new ideas, it can sometimes mean your focus is, well, a little all over the place. But listen, it's not a flaw. It's just the natural byproduct of having a mind that's built for innovation, not for repetition.
So, with a personality this complex, how in the world do you handle love and relationships? Well, the theme continues. You absolutely need connection, but it's got to be on your terms.
When you're in a relationship, you're an amazing partner, super engaging, honest, open-minded, but the absolute key for you is that the partnership has to be built on a foundation of real friendship, and mutual respect for each other's independence is a must. You really thrive when both you and your partner have the breathing room to just be yourselves.
So it totally makes sense who you click with, right? You connect best with other signs that value intelligence, energy, and freedom. Your fellow air signs, Gemini and Libra, they just get your need to talk things out. And then you've got the fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, who can actually match your crazy energy and your excitement for life.
But okay, let's go a little deeper than just compatibility signs. What's the one thing that can really, truly hold you back in love? What is the core fear of the freedom-driven innovator?
It's this, the fear of being emotionally restricted, of being controlled. More than anything in the world, you dread the idea of losing your sense of self, of losing your freedom inside a relationship. And that right there is your biggest challenge in love. Figuring out how to build deep intimacy without feeling like you're giving up a single piece of your independence.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about where that innovative spirit of yours can really shine, your career. Because for you, your job can't just be a job. It has to be an extension of who you are, that need for freedom and constant mental stimulation. This quote really says it all. You thrive in places where ideas move fast, and creativity isn't just a buzzword, it's actually valued. Let's be honest, you are just not built for a slow, boring, bureaucratic job. No way. You need a place where your ideas are heard, where you can experiment, and where things are always changing. Stagnation is basically your kryptonite.
And that's exactly why fields like tech, media, marketing, and yeah, especially entrepreneurship, are such a perfect fit. They all give you that dynamic, project-based work that you crave. Basically, any career that lets you solve cool problems, talk about big ideas, and invent something new, that's your sweet spot.
Now, this creativity totally spills over into your finances. You're probably brilliant at coming up with new ways to make money. The challenge, though? That same impulsive, freedom-loving side can lead to some, let's say, inconsistent saving and spending habits. So the key for you is to set up really simple systems that automate your savings. That way, you can free up all that brain power for your next big idea.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, a really clear purpose starts to emerge, doesn't it? You're here to be a catalyst for change. Your job is to question the old ways of doing things, to bring in new perspectives, and to explore the edges of what's possible, all while living a life that is 100% unapologetically you.
And that brings us to the final and maybe most important thought. Knowing that your core identity is this incredible blend of freedom and innovation, the real question isn't just about who you are, it's about what you're going to do with it. So, as a freedom-driven innovator, what will you create next?